Welcome to the Responsible Marketing Podcast, conversations about marketing, sustainability and how we can all help in becoming more responsible organisations. I'm Jo, a marketing strategist and consultant with a career spanning corporate, small medium business and self-employment, incorporating marketing and commercial skills in various guises, and now flying the flag for a more sustainable and kind future for all. My guest in this episode is the phenomenal Louise Cooper, engineer, beautician and now founder of the revolutionary tanning product UGlow. I had the best time recording this episode because Louise is so full of inspiration, enthusiasm and drive, you just can't help getting caught up with it. Louise and I discuss how a teenage bedroom disaster kicked off some reverse engineering, the revelation that when it comes down to it, nobody loves your business like you do, that sustainability isn't just good for productivity but also to drive continuity in business, and the feel-good impact knowing you're doing something good for your consumers, customer partners and the environment. Plus Louise's top tips for driving a more responsible business in the current commercial landscape. Also, a quick thanks to Simba for being an excellent guard dog. Let's dive straight in. Hi everyone, welcome to the podcast. I'm delighted to have Louise Cooper here from UGlow. Hi Louise.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. I think we have lots to talk about, don't we?
We do.
Yeah,
yes.
So for people who don't know you and don't know about UGlow, why don't you just give us a bit of background, how you got into UGlow, what it is, what it delivers, and yeah, where it all started really.
Okay, so snapshot version, because it's got quite a story. I originally an engineer, engineering background, went to school with, I left school, went to work with my dad, and I was building asbestos enclosures with him. I got involved with his joinery company when he was there, so I was very much in a male environment. Yeah. Went from there to into metals, doing metal analysis around furnaces, and then went into plastics, and I was doing the quality insurance manager for one of the biggest credit card manufacturers in the world. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of all the early stage of my career, and then from there went to working in a man's world. Then was not ideal, if I'm honest
tough,
with you.
Right,
it was very, very tough. Yeah. Very much about you just had to know more than everybody else, and you got paid less, funnily enough. So I kind of went anyway. We'll skate around that a little bit. It's improved a lot since then, I think. So I was like, right, well, I'm going to open a sunbed shop. How random. That was it. I'm opening a sunbed shop. Because
I'm a bit fascinated about the fact you went from kind of engineer to literally tanning queen, because
yes.
you are a tanning queen, the queen of tan. Just why? Why sunbeds then?
Because, I didn't know then what I know now about the damage they do to the skin, so that was the first thing. Yeah. But the reason I did it was because I could take them apart and put them back together and build them.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I
didn't have any maintenance contracts with them or anything like that. But obviously then I didn't know what I know now. And the world didn't know then what it knows now.
Yeah.
It was a scary moment, I can't lie, when that announcement, I remember it on GMTV, I'll never forget it. Do you know they can kill you, and they're being banned in Australia, and I was like, wow. Hang on a minute, by that time I had 2 sunbed shops.
Right, busy as well.
Busy.
It was a thing, wasn't it?
They were queuing out the door.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there wasn't a queue. And I had, I think, 10 or 12 of them across the 2 salons.
As well,
and
salons.
Staff, all the rest. It was kind of like, wow, we're going to have to move and do something very quickly. I'd obviously... customer service, I was very careful with that. I was a member of the Sunbed Association. I did it all properly, and I think that's what maybe kept some of my customers still coming back to me, because they felt that they were in a safe environment, because I was very strict about the rules, if you like, of how long you went on, etc. But it was like, right, okay, we're going to have to do something else. So it was about changing the rooms, bringing beauty into it. I'd never been in beauty whatsoever. In fact, I hadn't really had an awful lot of beauty things done. Although I used to use the sunbeds, I didn't have other things done particularly. Yeah, okay. I wasn't particularly glamorous when it comes to those sort of things.
You probably were, but
very natural.
Okay, well,
it was right. It's not a bad thing.
Nothing.
started bringing people in to do the treatments, because I was like, we need to be a one-stop shop. We need to do more than just that. So I was renting space, and so it was a bit of a facilitator really for people to come in and use the space within. Which was a thing, but I don't think it was fairly new for people to rent space in there. But it was a way forward, except for the fact nobody loves your business like you do, and I really noticed that quite quickly. So I had a nail technician that was there, and a bride had come in to have her nails done 2 days before our wedding, and the nail technician didn't turn up. So all of a sudden, that's my problem. It's a reflection on me, absolutely. So I was like, oh my God, that's no good. I'm going to have to do something about that. So I went and did a nail course. As you do, I'll fix that. I just had to feel as though I could fix the problem, and I couldn't, because I didn't know how to do them. So I did a 2-day course, and the lady passed me the certificate, and I'd seen that obviously the nails that just walked out the door that I'd done, and she said, "You've passed." And I looked at her and I went, "Really?" I was just like, I really don't think I have. I don't feel as though I can go back to my salon and take the place of my nail technician that didn't turn up. I was just like, this is crackers. But that was all there was. Oh my goodness. So learning, I've really kind of like, right, the education in beauty is not great. It was not, all of a sudden, I was just like thrown into, I've got to fix it. Yeah. It is Mrs. Fix It.
Oh, yeah. I am engineer again, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me just get my tools and fix it.
Yeah, exactly that. I was like, I can't. This is no good. So I started doing all my training with a company in Holland. Okay. So I went backwards and forwards to Holland for 10 years to learn that nails properly. Yeah. Okay. And I learned about distribution. I became one of their international trainers and distributors in the UK. Okay. And so I started learning all about nails. But then there was other things as well. It all started to come together. I didn't just learn nails. I had to learn everything. I couldn't cope with not knowing how to do things. Okay. So that was had to go and learn it all. And then of course along came the spray tanning side of things. Yeah. And wow. Who knew where I'd be sat now?
I know. Well, it's quite different to the first tanning probably product that ever came out. I mean, I was definitely a sunbeds user for some time, and then I did try some, but when the first products that came out, it wasn't even biscuit smell, was it? It was rank. It was awful. Yeah. And the colour was dreadful, and it got everywhere. Yeah. It was just crazy. And now, like you say, I mean, to look at the product that you've managed to develop now is incredible. When it's, it's clear, it makes literally almost no mess whatsoever. Yep. It stays on, it doesn't smell. No. It's just like,
But that was the whole thing, and it was my own experiences as a salon owner. Yeah. And then my 14-year-old, she's 30 now, came downstairs after she'd used her first version of self-tan at home. Yeah. Looking like she was dipped in gravy. I think I could only see her teeth. And she smiled. And she said, "I'm going out now." And I was like, "And yet you're not." Yes. Turn yourself round, back up that off. Yeah. But of course, when I went upstairs and I saw she'd used this aerosol, it was over the carpets, the curtains, the bedding, and it wasn't going to come out. It had gone like a red. The more I scrubbed it, it went red. And I was like, well, first of all, my God, that's going to be really expensive to replace all of those things in a bedroom and make it look like a bedroom again and not a crime scene. Because as it got worse rather than better while I was trying to clean it. But then the second part of that was while I was scrubbing it, thinking, crying out loud, what on earth is that doing to her skin? Yeah. Obviously, I knew a lot more about the skin side of things. I'd been trained as an educator by that point as well. I knew the skin inside out, literally. Yeah. Pardon the pun. But literally, it was, this is no good. This is absolutely no good whatsoever. Not just the mess, but what it's doing. Yeah. And that was how the research started. I reverse engineered products that were on the market because of knowing what the skin would absorb and what it wouldn't, what we needed to make us go brown rather than orange. Yeah. natural ingredients worked. Very much about clean ingredients. That was my vision moving forward. But at that point, I was reinventing the wheel because everyone was still so hooked on, being orange.
Yeah.
And I really couldn't get my head around it because as a sunbed user years ago and somebody that liked enjoying laying in the sun as well, I didn't want to go that really dark colour. I just wanted a natural glow that made me feel better.
Yeah.
So it was that part of it as well was all part of the puzzle, really.
Yeah.
Then once I'd got to that stage, then I was creating the machinery. My ex-husband, this is really quite funny because I said, right, I'm going to buy a compressor and I was going to start a mobile spray tanning company. And he looked at me and he went, no. Well, he said, well, why? What are you doing? So I'd just relocated. I'd just relocated up here, and I had 4 children at that point. So it was kind of like I needed to do something that fitted around them because there was 2 older ones and 2 younger ones.
Okay.
My husband was from here.
Yeah. Here being the northeast.
The northeast, yes. So yes, do apologise. Yeah.
Well.
And I had to do something that would work around the children.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the compressor was a good way of spraying. It was almost like spraying a car, which I was really comfortable with.
It's a bit like that, isn't it?
It is indeed. So, but there was nothing on the market machine-wise that sprayed the way I wanted it to.
Okay.
So I was building.
As in not smooth enough,
it
or
was not
consistent enough?
The particles weren't atomised enough.
Okay.
So that mixture of air and product has to be exactly right to be able to deliver a good spray tan that looks natural, that the skin can absorb. As well as it's not just about the product, it's about how it's sprayed as well.
Yeah, okay.
So he lent me £1,000. I bought a compressor and it was a really big one.
And noisy probably.
And it was really, it was quite noisy to be fair. And when it arrived and I looked at it and I was like, oh no, that's not going to spray the way I want it to. So I took it apart.
I'm going to say, so you took it apart, put it back together how you wanted it.
Ordered a few bits online that weren't quite there. But he came home from work and saw £1,000 in pieces all over the carpet.
Oh, no.
And hadn't never known me as a beautician because he'd only ever known me as a beautician, not really as an engineer.
Okay.
So, he knew I'd had the conversation, but I don't think he really kind of associated me with taking machines,
downing tools and getting on with it,
taking bits apart. So when he came home from work and he went, well, I won't use the language, but
what on earth are you doing?
What on earth are you doing with that £1,000 I've lent you that's now all over in bits in the carpet? And why are you doing it on the carpet? Why aren't you outside in the garden?
Yeah,
because
where are the kids?
Oh, we've got children.
Yeah. Oh.
I got very engrossed in what I was
I'm
doing.
Not surprised.
Yeah. So Healthy Glow started as a business at that point.
Yeah.
And I won. That was my first award. Was in the northeast with If We Can, You Can challenge.
Okay. And how long ago was that? What year was that?
That was 2009.
Okay, so that's quite some. So you have come an awful long way.
Yes.
I'm imagining that it takes an awful long time to get to where you've got to as well, as in from research, and prototypes and all that kind of stuff.
Very much so.
And now, very excitingly, you're about to open your own manufacturing site, which is just like,
yes,
incredible.
Yeah.
So you've been outsourcing your manufacturing to Manchester, is
That's
that right?
That's correct, yeah.
So what's made you want to have your own site? Because that is a massive, massive jump, I think.
Yes.
Will you tell me if it's not?
No, it is. It is a massive jump.
Yeah.
And it doesn't faze me because of my background.
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, I'm more comfortable with that than I have been with some of the other things I've had to do, to be honest.
That's something then, yeah.
So, planning it all doesn't faze me. I started making it my formula now was originally in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So that's that kind of we're going to be a little bit more sophisticated than that.
Well, that's how a lot of people start, though.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
So they make it in the kitchen, make it at home, and it gets to the point where you can't do that anymore.
Exactly.
You physically can't do it anymore. So therefore, you have to bite the bullet and go and outsource.
I think that's
which
right.
is a big jump in itself. But then, because you're building it, I think, aren't you? You're building your own site?
Initially, no. There's 2 phases, possibly 3 phases. The first phase is we're actually going into Teesside Uni, which is a great place for us to be because we can draw on the expertise from the university as well. So we've got a lab that we're taking in the Victoria buildings at Launchpad.
Amazing.
It's obviously needs some work doing to make it suitable for what we want to be doing. But in terms of this type of environment that we need to be in, that is perfect for us to start off with. We'll start manufacturing the first formulations, which are our products. And then I've already got 12 brands that want us to manufacture for them because they want...
So under their label.
Under their label. And it was those conversations that kind of then pushed me even further to make that next step. You know, it's one thing setting up a facility to manufacture products, but it's not, it's like, well, I wanted to do more than that. I've been on such a journey since 2009 and I've learnt so much and I've been down more rabbit holes than I needed to be in. I've now got extremely amazing mentors behind me. I mean, Judy Narke, Saint-Tropez, she's one of my mentors. Didier Picard, he is a former CEO of Estée Lauder. He's been extremely supportive as we now start to look outside of the UK for distribution, and Innovate UK are helping and supporting us with new formulations moving forward, and then obviously for us to be in Teesside University where there is so much from a business point of view, but also from the expertise and the new people coming through.
Vibrant there, isn't it?
Absolutely, and that we want to take an intern in straight away. Cosmetologists can come straight out of university and come start working with us straight away. I've got enough experience, but we want to grow it. We want the right people in, and I just think it's an amazing place for us to start this journey. But ultimately, the next phase after that will be to build our own very net zero. Which is we can do an awful lot of research on the net zero side of things while we're actually doing the job we need to do as well, because it's one thing, as I say, building it, but we've got to keep the manufacturing side of it has got to be very smooth, because we've got over 100 salons across the UK now using, or mobile therapists using the product. I can't just turn around and say, I'm sorry, we're not doing it for another 6 months.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a delay in product.
Yeah, it's got to be done seamlessly for their sustainability. And it's all of those things really that sometimes my brain gets a little bit spaghettified if I can't.
Not surprised. Quite a lot going on.
There's quite a lot going on. But it is very much about doing it properly. We want to be B Corp. We want to, because we want to be in where people want to come to us for our manufacturing processes, because of the way we are in terms of sustainability. We're looking at the products, looking at the packaging, looking at everything that we can do that can make us as sustainable as possible, and it's actually easier to do on a smaller scale. I had a very interesting conversation with the CEO of Elemis at an event down in London about 4 years ago, when B Corp started to be really kind of something that we were talking about in the International Manufacturers Forum. That's where we were. And at that point, I had 7 SKU stock kept units. She looked at me and she said, "Well, if we're gonna start B Corp," she said, "I would start now," because she then lifted her product range up and put it on there, which was a file like that, and said, "Look what I've got to do with all of hers." And it is a really hard place, the beauty industry, because everybody likes products to look pretty for their top of their dressing tables and etc. And they actually can be the most recyclable as a people. But when it comes to beauty, it is well known that thought process goes right out the window.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of like, you know, you want pretty packaging, but quite often that pretty packaging isn't the best it can be for the environment.
No.
So there's so much that needs to be looked at, so much research that needs to be done. And I'm more than happy to do that, and I'm more than qualified to have a go at it. But I will need help and support from other people, which is why the university is going to be such a great place for us.
Yeah. There's a few things I just want to just pause on there. So you mentioned obviously about the net zero thing, which I know is big. Has that always been something you've been interested in? Like, have you always been kind of like environmentally responsible, even like within private life as well as your business life, or is it just something you've learned in engineering, perhaps to be more efficient? What's kind of stemmed that? Why is that important for you as a person, but also you as a business and a leader of the business?
I think it's the process improvement. So it is the engineering side of it. Okay. Everything that I look at, I want to take apart and fix it and make it better. Yes. It's annoying, I can't lie. Wow. It started way back with my mum. My dad said, God rest his soul, we bought you a red bus for one of your Christmas presents, and he said, and I came downstairs, you'd unwrapped the bus and taken it apart. So it was then. Now I know.
Hopefully put it back together.
No, I did know how to put it back together, but I knew why I was doing it. It was because Mum used to read me a story about a nest, a bird, a little robin making a nest in a bus. Oh. And so there was a thing. It was a thing in my head. Was like, I need to take it apart because then I can put it in the garden and the bird can nest in it.
Oh, that's
quite
so cute. It's really sweet.
I haven't always been that cute. But I do
not
think,
to be too disparaging.
But so yes, it's in me. Am I like it around in my personal life all the time? No, but I'm mindful of it.
Yeah.
It's something that I try to instill in my children and now my grandchildren. I try very hard to, but it's hard. Life doesn't always allow for it, you know.
It's a balance, right? Yeah.
But if I want to be a leader in this industry, which I really do, there are places that I want to take the business where other companies haven't gone before. You know, changing one of the ingredients in the existing formulation is key for me now because I want to enter the tanning product into Pure Beauty Awards.
Okay.
So that's a place where tanning products haven't been.
It's never been before.
No.
Really?
So
is that because of the ingredients, because of the tanning agent, if you like, that's in it?
Not the tanning agent, because that is an organic matter. It's the moisturisers, it's the complementing ingredients.
Right. Okay.
There's only one missing. Okay. There's only one in there that needs to go.
Yeah.
But I need something similar that fits with that. So that takes research, that takes time.
Of course, yeah. You could completely destabilise the product, I guess.
You could.
Yeah.
Or it's not completely clear.
Yeah.
Which I want it always to be
because
it's the clear water.
Which you
exactly,
do.
Yeah. Exactly. Clear water technology. We're going down that route. You know, once we start collecting our rainwater and purifying it to go into our products, it's things like that are very important to me. Wow. So that is the vision. That, you know, we are completely sustainable as a business, but also for our consumers as well, and our salons. And, you know, I want to be the industry leader when it comes
it certainly sounds like you've got the bit between your teeth. There's no reason why. And when you've got such amazing people backing you as well, you know, that have been in the industry a long time, have a lot of kudos there as well.
Absolutely.
And I think the lady that mentioned to you about, you know, start the B Corp type or the sustainability type responsibility paperwork, if you like, and that kind of legislative answers for like now when you're still fairly small on a number of products in the range type of level, it's definitely the right way because, you know, once you start that, you set a legacy. So it's unlikely you'll ever roll back from that. You can only move forward, can't you? So actually everything going forward, whether it's the plant, whether it's the people, whether it's the product, whatever, how you distribute, whatever that is, who you deal with, is always going to be rolled up in that from going forward, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even from the point of view now, we just launched it online. We're launching the online training side of things,
Yeah.
because it was me running around the country, which is great, but
Yeah.
my carbon footprint was not particularly good at that given point.
Yeah, and even if you did it where you had a training establishment up in the northeast or something, and people came to you, still the same issue. They're still travelling, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
So
but
have you found that putting it online? That's quite tough.
It is, but I'm sat doing an awful lot of this
Right.
conversations and videos because
Yeah.
I still want it to be me
Yeah.
and people to know me, because that's also part of the brand. This wasn't the plan originally, for me to be the face of the brand. It wasn't going to be. No, not at all.
So who was going to be, or was
I
there
don't
not going to
know.
be one?
I didn't think there was going to be one.
Okay.
You know, if you look at other brands on the market, you know, they've got, you know, some of them have got stars and, you know, film stars and what have you. I mean, maybe that might have been one day, an opportunity in some point in the future. We have turned Robbie Williams, so.
Oh, wow.
That wasn't that long ago.
I was disappointed he wasn't here, to be fair.
Yeah.
Getting his stuff up. Rob, if you're out there listening, you know.
Yeah, but you know, that was my, I didn't actually even put that into the equation at all.
Yeah.
But how that started was in COVID, when I was doing the video for showing people how to use the retail and self application.
Okay.
If I hadn't have been the face of that video, it would have taken us a lot longer to produce the video, because brilliant Wonder Films, brilliant, but they had their restrictions as well.
Of course.
So we were in a building where it was just the three of us.
A million miles apart.
Miles apart from one another.
Long angled lens. I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And me with not all my clothes on, which was really kind of just the most uncomfortable scenario for being in, which is why I said I've been on a journey. Honestly, some of the situations I've got myself into.
I love you've mentioned Wonder Films as well.
Oh,
so,
they are
so
fabulous.
they're based in the northeast as well.
Yes.
So how amazing that you've also used, you know, a local film company.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who are also quite phenomenal if you haven't checked them out.
Yeah,
They've
they
won an
are
amazing amount of
absolutely
awards as well,
amazing.
haven't they?
Yes,
So.
and that's my plan, is for us to draw on basically the northeast and the businesses. I had a meeting yesterday with guys in the flock.
Yeah.
Which was absolutely amazing.
Brilliant.
Imran, brilliant. They're people that they know that they can help as the UGlow grows. That's going to be amazing. And I said something out loud yesterday that I didn't realise. And it was after the Tees Valley business meeting that we all had on last Thursday.
Okay.
There was at Tees Valley, it was Tees Business.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there listening to everybody about how so many people left the northeast to go and make it.
Or chase salaries and
business, start their own businesses. My dad did that. My dad was from here.
Right.
And he left years and years ago in his 20s to go and make it somewhere else, because he thought he had to do that. And I've come back and made it.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Not quite yet, but I'm working on it.
Definitely, on the rungs of the ladder, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And I was just like, that is such a lovely story. And I actually said it out loud yesterday. And Steve Dugan, who was in the meeting, he went, "That's a really nice story." And I was like, I know that's a really nice story. It's lovely. And I think, so when I won that first award, the If We Can, You Can Challenge, 2009, my dad said to me, well, I won't use the exact words, he went, "I knew you'd do it."
Oh.
Which was really lovely. It's kind of like,
so proud.
But it's very much, it's just like quite really weird when I actually sat and thought about it, and I listened to all the speakers at that meeting, and I was like, Dad left.
Yeah.
And now I want to grow it, and I want to employ people and support people so that they don't have to leave and to make it.
I think there still is quite a migration from the northeast down south, especially, sadly. And there's a lot of research going on as to why. You know, why does the salary appeal as opposed to perhaps the industry or the cultures that they're working in, things like that. So there's quite a lot going on. So hopefully, I mean, I'm I am from the north, but I'm from Yorkshire, so
yes.
over the border.
My dad always told everyone he was from Yorkshire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. That's because Yorkshire's God's county.
Yes.
But, you know, I'm also equally as proud of the Northeast because it's an amazing, you know, not just the business community, but it's just an amazing community to be involved in. And it really is full of vibrancy and chatter and excitement and stuff. And obviously you're part of that now, which is great. Just going back to the Elemis lady who brought out a big file. And you were saying about how sometimes packaging doesn't go well in the industry, as in people pick perhaps less sustainable or responsible packaging to use, but also I think there's product in there as well, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, the industry, the beauty industry, and maybe the tanning industry, if I want to be even more particular about it, haven't always got a best reputation. You know, there's lots of, I don't know, pills you can take for tanning, which I'm not sure.
Yes.
Well, your face has just confirmed what I was thinking. Something like, and all sorts of other things that you can put in or on, and this, that, and the other. And of course, you've also got I think, there's somebody linked to the melanoma cancer research or Cancer UK. I think I can't remember.
Skin.
Yeah. So obviously, you're very, you know, a great advocate of not exposing your skin to harmful damage. How do you feel in that industry? You know, because the industry doesn't always have a great reputation. No. How do you feel about you trying to change that? Because that's a big industry to try and turn around.
It is, but you've got to start somewhere. And that is basically, the more I beat this drum, the better and the louder it'll get. And it is very difficult because it's educating them from children early on about what they're putting on their skin. The thought of anybody putting things up their nose to make them go brown, it just blows my head. It really does. And I wonder whether or not it's because people don't know about UGlow yet. Yeah. And I do understand that, you know, everyone wants to look nice, have a nice glow on their skin. I feel better with it. It's kept me going. There's been days when I've gone, oh my God, look in the mirror. And then I've gone, just a moment. Ding. And then the next morning gone, ding, ding.
Yeah, exactly.
So you do feel better for it. But the earlier we educate our children that there's something better out there that's safe for them to put, so that they don't have to do these things that they shouldn't be doing. That's the only thing we can do, is just keep educating people. When I first launched the Clear product, I was re-educating the professional market with spray tan. Oh, we can't tan without being able to see where it's going. And I was
there is an element of that, isn't there?
There is.
I am a bit like, well, who knows where it's going to go if you're...
Well,
you know,
but that's...
if you're tanning and just, it could go anywhere, really.
It could do, but that was the whole idea of putting the clean ingredients in. And I know more about atomizers than I should, because if I get the good atomizer that sprays evenly and like my machine does, then that's half the start of so it's educating people, showing them videos of how to put it on, and things like that. So it's really... it is an education process, and you know there's other ways I can show you that because it's so natural on the skin, it doesn't notice when it's maybe missed somewhere. You know, it doesn't notice. Okay. And I honestly have to trust you in it. Yeah,
incredibly clever. Well, I completely trust you. Like I said, you're the tanning queen. So, you know, I am not a tanning person, but I'm open. We were discussing earlier, weren't we? We met some years ago, and you've always been in my head. So when you popped up to come on and guest, I'm like, oh yes, that needs to come back in my life. I need to have another chat with you about this. So, you know, who knows? And just, you're obviously very, very passionate about sustainability side, the responsibility side. I'm going to poke the bear a little bit, I'm afraid. When I looked at your website, there's not a lot on there.
No.
So you don't talk about it?
No, there isn't a lot on there. The website is actually in the process of being revamped.
Okay, fair enough.
So that is one of the things. It's very difficult, I find, to find people that get inside my head and can get the words out. Okay. I'm learning to do that much better myself. So all those things are very much about how we are moving forward.
Yeah.
Obviously, new website for the Your Innovation, which is going to be the manufacturing side of the business.
Yeah.
We've got other product ranges coming out, and those websites are being developed now. We're doing actual onboarding with Outrank, so another Northeast company that are doing our websites for us. So that's happening on Friday, and that is going to be how we move, forward and start talking about the clean side, so that people understand that, even if it is a younger generation that are buying our products, they know, their parents know that what they're putting on their skin is okay.
Yeah.
Because that drives me back to when Amy was 14 and, when she was putting what she was on her skin, it was frightening. And what I learned in my own, when I was reverse engineering it, crumbs. If you look at the back of a product and you look at the ingredients in there, the list is massive. Have a look on the back of a UGlow Inky listing, and we are very small.
Yeah, that's what I've been told in a previous kind of career life.
Yeah.
Is, how many ingredients are on the back.
Yeah.
And how many do you actually recognise as actual words and names that you would actually recognise or understand what they would be?
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start getting to all the crazy, 16 syllable words, it's just, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not a very good person to go shopping with these days because I read the back of every label.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very lengthy journey.
Yes, definitely not that.
Yeah,
this is fine.
The children, my youngest daughter, Bryony, she just goes, "Oh, Mum, go." She said, "I'm not going shopping with you."
Can you go somewhere else while I just buy all this stuff that I want to buy? I've seen on TikTok or whatever.
Exactly, that's it. Yeah, but you see, that's where we plan to move into with our new product ranges. We will go to TikTok. We will go to those places. I'm very much. My passion is also about the professionals. Obviously with the spa owners and salon owners using the UGlow products for their sustainability. I want their customers to keep going back to them, so they're going to have an awful lot of exclusivity for UGlow. But other product ranges that we bring out moving forward, I can then share with direct to consumer. So and because we're manufacturing it ourselves, I know there's so many. It ticks so many boxes even at this stage for me to start manufacturing it under my nose, so that I can see exactly what's going on. I know where the raw materials have come from, because that's the other side of it. When you're outsourcing these things, you don't know where your your raw materials are coming. You can specify what you want. Yeah.
But no guarantee unless you're literally sitting there. And I'm sure your outsourced, your third party have been brilliant. I'm sure they've done exactly.
They've been amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure they've done what you wanted.
No problem with it whatsoever. Right. But then the other side of that is if I went to go somewhere else, if we wanted to scale up, because there's only so much they can deliver, then that's somebody else that's got our formulation. So I don't want to do that either. So that was the only option really for me, from my mind, to be able to take control of the whole thing. And then I've got a bigger drum to beat in terms of sharing the knowledge. So that's why the websites aren't as they should be, because
I wasn't telling you off, by the way.
No, that's fine. You can. No, but it is a thing. It is a thing, but it was kind of like, I want to take photos of I want the website to be a true reflection of what we really, really are. Yeah. And that has changed significantly, even in 6 months. Okay. What we were. I've added things in recently. I've learnt how to use the website a little bit myself,
Well done.
I can't lie.
But the only thing you can't do, I think,
I'm not so good with things like that. I don't like it when it says no, it can't save it because it's got an error somewhere, and then but doesn't tell me where the error is. That's how reasonable is that?
You have to find it.
Yes, you have to find that error.
It
doesn't give me a big red square or something like that. We can't do it. Yeah. But there's so much to do. It is kind of like I have to cherry pick what we're doing right now, just at this moment in time, and then as the workforce grows, which it will probably fairly quickly, those people, I can then start saying things like, it needs to say this and it needs to look like this, and then somebody will be able to make that happen. And I can't wait for that moment.
I know,
It's very exciting.
Yeah, it is. And also, you know, when you start talking about the amazing kind of like good work, sustainable work or business practice that you have, the more you start talking about that, the more your clients can as well. So those salons and people who are using that from a business sense, you know, that helps them build their brand and keeps their longevity and everything as well.
Well, the salons and the spas that are using UGlow in there, they've actually now been able to remove the situation where you have to have one dedicated room for spray tan. So all of a sudden that room, so the revenue that they've increased revenue in the salons. We've got a major spa group that have seen 112% increase in spray tan since UGlow has been brought in.
Incredible, isn't it?
It is, but it's also helped them across the board with the other treatments as well, because some spas are obviously only offering very high-end relaxing treatments, which you only do sometimes for special occasions. It doesn't something that you go and do as much as we'd love to go and have that done on a weekly basis. It's not always possible.
I know.
But having a treatment done like a spray tan, that encourages them to go back more often. So that's keeping their customer engaged with them. They can go back and purchase the retail products. So all of the things that I have a passion about for helping businesses to grow, we're doing that bit. So we're doing those things. So it's kind of like we are ticking a lot of boxes. The mobile therapists that are setting up and starting their businesses that are on our website now, that can go around and, you know, some of them are taking their kids on holidays, which they wouldn't have been able to do because of UGlow.
That's quite an achievement, isn't it? That must make you feel quite special and proud and all of that goes
most
with
definitely. I tell you what, it was that conversation where one of the girls had said, she goes, I've taken the kids on holiday because of UGlow. And I was like, I nearly filled up because I was like, I never imagined I was going to feel like that when they said it, to be honest with you. And then all of a sudden, that was where I was like, right, this has got to be completely sustainable, because I want her to take her children on holiday every year. You know, I want her to be able to grow her business so that she can do that all the time.
What she wants to do.
And spend time with her kids. And then I was like, well, hang on a minute, that's how it all started in the Northeast, was mobile. You did that so that you could earn extra money, so you could do it around your children, all the rest of it. You are rolling out what made you where you are now. And I was just like, sometimes my head goes
full circle, right?
It is. And now obviously going back to the manufacturing side of it, it's like this is my last lap. I'm going to get this set up. I
don't believe you. There's going to be something else definitely after this. Even you smirked when you said it's in the last lap.
Yes.
So not the last lap.
It's my this is my bit, my pinnacle, where I've pulled it all together. We manufacture it. I've done the full loop. Everything that I've learned over the last, my whole career really, has all now culminated in this moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the moment I walk in that, even just at the first phase of walking into the university where we're going to be actually making our products, that is going to be a moment. But when we've actually built what I envisage that we can achieve, which will be a one-stop shop for brands to come to us and go through the journey that I've been through, slightly less bumpy.
Well, hopefully you can teach them everything else. But that's also part of it, isn't it? The fact that you've learned so much on the way, and then you can impart that information, whether it's to mobile, whether it's to salons, whether it's to the manufacturing side, engineering, whatever that is. Like, you've got so much
even
the
marketing side of it. I mean, the marketing spend that you have to have for these product launches. And it's so much,
especially the industry you're in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so, that's why we as much as we loved having Robbie Williams as wearing UGlow, it was amazing, but to ask him to endorse it was ridiculously expensive. But all I know is that he looked an awful lot better on stage with UGlow on than he had done in previous spray tans. Because he'd done his own TikToks where he's had it all over his hands. Yeah.
Well, he did go through a phase, again, apologies, Rob. He did go through a phase where it did look like someone had put some sort of, I don't know, like not orange paint. It wasn't quite orange, but it wasn't far off. And I was a bit like, it's not even the tan colour he goes when he's in the sun, I'm sure, you know.
No, well, and it also really key because his hair colour changed significantly. Yeah. Sorry, you've gone grey, Rob.
He's embracing it. It's fine.
He's pulling it off.
Doing well.
Yeah. But it is really important about, as we age, that we still want to look good and feel good. My mum's 77. She looks absolutely stunning. And
Does she use it?
Yes.
Does she?
And if she can put it on without missing bits, anybody can.
Oh my goodness, there's definitely going to be conversation after this. Let's move on to these amazing awards. Are these just some of the lovely awards?
These are just some of them.
Yes. So, you really are making some waves, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, so just on this is the last step for you in your journey. It's not, because even if you don't go to a bigger plant or whatever, I think you'll be, I don't know, just like getting on the bandwagon in the nicest possible sense for the industry and changing the industry, because I think that's clearly a passion, where you are as well. So it's never going to end. I have to tell you, you're just going to be doing this all the rest of your life. Yeah, forever. So you got quite a few awards. Lux Life was one of them.
Lux Life, that was an amazing one, and it was so amazing because they were actually there at the beginning of the journey, and I had no idea that they'd been watching us for 4.5 years in the background, and watching us grow. So getting that award there are awards that are. All awards are amazing.
Yeah, all great to have.
Because they all are great to have. That means that people have looked into the brand and, feel that we warrant that as well. But Lux Life had been watching us from a very early stage, from doing an article on us right in the beginning when I first launched the retail. Lux Life did an article on us and have been watching us ever since. So it's kind of like that did give me goosebumps, that one.
That's really like a proper thumbs up, and you're doing something good.
Yeah, aren't you? Absolutely. So and because there have been some, it has been a roller coaster, and it still is, and it will continue to be. I've just learned to embrace the dips.
Well, you have to, and know that eventually it will go back up.
Exactly, it's just a moment in time. But that's my own self-education as well, in terms of my well-being as well, because there were times when good Lord, honestly, the children used to come in and look at me and go, I'm never going to run my own business.
Well, yeah.
Because they've watched the whole thing. And actually, they're not very engaged with the whole business side of things at all. No. It was quite amusing, actually, because I was a speaker at the Age UK ladies' lunch earlier this year, and I took my eldest daughter with me, and so on the stage I was speaking with Anne Sykes, and very much like we are now. Yeah. And when I got off the stage, Amy went, I just didn't get it, Mum. I didn't get how big it's got.
Really?
Yeah. And I think that was such a... it was lovely because you've put her arms around me. She goes, I'm really proud of you. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We don't do these.
No. It's not a thing.
No. But so I think from the children's point of view, they don't really, they've seen the journey.
Yeah.
And it's actually made them go, oh no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, there's something to be said though for, we have similar conversations in our house, and my kids are like 19 and 16, and neither of them really want to run their own business, and neither of them really want to do what my husband does. No. So it's a bit like, well, you're going to have to pick somewhere in between. There's a whole lot of stuff to choose, but okay, you don't want to work for yourself and you don't want to work in corporate. I kind of get that, but it's a difficult thing. I think there's so many options for them now as well to choose from. So
I think there is a lot of options out there, but I think we need to start educating them younger. So I've just said I was speaking to Power of Women, and I do some work. I do work with Women's Assist as well. Assist women. Sorry, I say it back to front all the time. But both voluntary work to go out and speak to the kids at school, so that they can see that there are options out there. This takes us back to leaving Teesside to think you've got to make it, and actually being able to be that voice
and to be you, and to be,
absolutely.
not have to do what everyone else is doing or what the majority are doing. Which is a tough one, I think.
And
these days.
and not know what opportunities are out there or what they'll lead to. Because if anybody had come to me and talked to me when I was very young, I wanted to be an air hostess. I'd never been on an aeroplane. Well,
that brings me on to something really quite. Well, I don't know whether to be really impressed or really frightened for you.
Yeah.
So I've read. I'm guessing it's still going.
It's not going in September. It's been it's been deferred to next year. But yes, it is. It is. Yeah.
And you're going to do a wing walk.
I am going to do a wing walk
for charity.
I am indeed.
I think you may have lost your mind.
My marbles.
Yes. How? Well, okay. So I put on my notes why, and why.
Why? It was a conversation. Yeah. There was definitely no prosecco involved.
Maybe some afterwards when she said yes.
Well, as I said, I was the speaker for Anne Sykes at the Age UK. They do such a wonderful job.
Yeah, they do.
They are a charity that I, as a business, will support, and I want to show that we all need that part. It worries me for a lot of people that they get to a certain point in life, they might not have children. Their children may not live in the area. I mean, I don't live near my mum, but my mum's still got my sisters that can support her. But if she was on her own, there's so much community out there. And I think community, collaboration, all of that is such a passion for me. Anne is amazing. She's an absolute warrior. She really is.
I have met her before. And she's quite phenomenal.
And I said, when she said that she was doing it, my reaction was, you can't do that. And she said, well, who would do it? And I was like, to stop you going up there, I'll do it. So that was how it started, the conversation. I was like, no, you can't do that. I'll do that for you. And then when I signed up for it and I said, right, I'm doing it. I promised I would. And I tried never to break my promises. And she went, it's fine because I'm doing it with you. And I was like, Anne, that wasn't the plan. That wasn't the plan. So she's still very determined to do it as with me. Yeah. But we have had to move it to next year. So
another year to.
Well, not a full year. No, we're kind of looking sort of probably March. I don't really want to go up. September was my cut-off.
Yes.
Because after that, I'm not very good with cold.
Okay.
I don't like being cold.
Right, but you're fine with heights and being just stuck on a plane, on the outside of a plane.
Yeah. I have done a skydive before.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was an amazing experience.
You won't ever convince me.
No,
I'm afraid.
When I told my mum that it'd been cancelled, deferred rather, she was very much, I can't lie, I'm quite pleased, Louise. I think that she thinks she's going to talk me out of it by the time the time comes, by March next year. Probably not, Mother.
No, I suspect that's probably not something that happens very often, really. Amazing. I'm massively in awe, and I hope there's some amazing film footage and there's lots of press about it, because you deserve that. Well, it'll be amazing.
The charity deserves it. The charity is what it's for, and as I say, a real passion for that, because I know how much work they do. Becky Metcalf is recently gone on to into the business doing the networking, and she's just. It's brilliant. It really is. So yes, I support the melanoma and the skin charities, but being able to support again a local charity, because it is all for Teesside Age UK, which is really important for everyone that's in our area. Yeah. Then I might be one of those because my children said that they were just going to put me in, stick me in a home when I got old. So.
Well, some of the care homes are really cool. They do lots of stuff.
I don't think they'd visit me.
And I think you'll be quite entertaining if you're there. I think I'd like to be in the same home you're in.
I'll just spray tan everybody. We'll all be like 90, rocking it out with a tan.
A brilliant time, anyway. Louise, it's been phenomenal to speak to you. Your experience is just kind of blows my mind. Where you've come from, the original career you had as engineering to where you are now, and the awards you've had, and the real difference you're making in the industry. What would your top tips be for another product-based business in terms of creating a really good, sustainable, responsible business in the marketplace and the financial and business landscape that we have right now?
Yeah.
What would your top tips be?
A lot of research before you start is the key to it, and find the right people around you that are there to support you. I saw years ago. Just as I won the If We Can, You Can challenge, I went to Newcastle for a presentation, and there was a guy on the stage, and I can't remember his name, but his words stuck in my head, and it's actually exactly what's happened now. Get the right people behind you to support you, because you're going to need them. It's quite a lonely world when you first start out, and being able to reach out to people when you are at the bottom of your precipice, because it happens. That's key. Get your numbers right, and if you can't do it, I'm not very good with numbers. I know what it's got to be, what it looks, what it needs to look like, but I can't always get that on paper. I'm very good with some things, but not so good with others. And accepting that you can't be good at everything. That is the real key thing. Yes, give it a go. Look at it afterwards and go, oh, I did that.
Super proud.
Super proud, yeah. Probably somebody can do it better, but that's fine. So, yeah, right people behind you. Get your numbers right, and then if it's a product and it's a beauty product, come and see me. I will help you make it happen. And that's what I want to do. When people have got an idea for a product, an indie brand, and they want to do something, my ultimate thing will be to coach people through that process. And if we can make it for you, brilliant. If we can't, I'll help you find someone.
That's an amazing offer to give out.
Because there are so many people out there with ideas. I've got friends that want to get involved with honey, bees, beekeeping, all those sort of things. And I hadn't seen her for 2 years with this friend, and she came and she said, I've been watching what you're doing, and she said, and I really want you to help me if you can. I haven't got lots of time at the moment, but I will always make time, and I will always try and help people wherever I can.
Yeah, amazing.
By
the way, that's a really genuine, generous offer. So
it is
if anyone is listening or watching and wants to get in touch with Louise, we'll do contact details in a minute. But last question for you, Louise. I don't know if you're a reader or not. If not a reader, then an audio person.
Maybe. I try to.
Do you have a book recommendation that you could suggest, whether it's business related or just maybe?
I've got two.
Okay.
So I'm part of the Assist Women's Book Club as well. So my book recommendation would be Good Girl Reprogramming. And this is really kind of where it's kind of very empowering. I haven't read it all. I've got it on audio as well.
I've not heard of that, actually,
I met Michelle when she was launching it. She signed it, so when she's really famous, I've got the signed version.
Yeah, perfect.
But it's just to unleash the rebel within. I think there's an awful lot of my life, particularly where I was not so vocal, and that's why this is great. It's empowering women. If I'd have read a book like this when I was in my engineering environment, I might possibly have handled things much differently. Much differently. So to read this now, and I still get faced with situations where female founders don't get investment and things like that. Now, I won't even start on that. That's another podcast all on its own.
You might be back.
But I am still faced with situations that sometimes blow my mind. Yes, it's great ideas, but it would be better if you had a man as a director.
Oh, ouch.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah,
they are brave to say that as well.
They are brave to say that. And it wasn't said directly, but I knew exactly what was being said. Ooh. So, that was a moment. But, so that definitely is
so Good Girl by Michelle Minikin, is it?
Michelle Minikin,
I'll pop a link
Good
to
Girl
that
Deprogramming.
notes.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
and then another one that I haven't read but I've got the synopsis of is Turn the Ship Around.
Oh, awesome.
So
Right.
that's and that's kind of very much about true story that about somebody that needed to turn something around.
Yeah.
And I have been in that process now. Obviously, when I talked to you about the sunbed shops,
Yes.
we had to turn the ship around.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when we're in scenarios that I'm faced with now, there are times when I have to turn the ship around, and sometimes it goes against my grain.
Yeah.
Really does, you know, because it's not what I want to do. But then I have to go, right, okay, well, we'll just do this for now because it's a means to an end.
Yeah. It's a stepping stone, isn't it?
It's a stepping stone. And sometimes it's not a straight
well,
row of
life
steps.
and business definitely isn't, is it? It's
there was
definitely
a
squiggly career all over.
Exactly that. So it is kind of very much about that. My head of operations that's come on board is he tries to get in my head. Well, he does a very good job of it. It's quite scary, I can't lie. Because he looks at me sometimes. I think he just opens his eyes and says, "Does she actually say that out loud?" And then he goes away, thinks about it, he comes back, and then you know at some point he'll say, "Right, so let's just revisit that."
Brilliant. I love his tact.
Yeah, he's learning well, isn't he? Because if he'd have said something there at the time, I'd have probably gone, "Rawr."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't think so.
Yes, she's been reprogrammed. She can speak.
Oh my goodness, we've had such a fun interview. Thank you so much for your time today.
No, thank you for having me.
And also, you can't quite see, but thank you to Simba for being an excellent guard dog who's just sat here, super quiet, but you've been amazing. Where can people find you, Louise? On LinkedIn or websites, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so LinkedIn, Louise Cooper. We're on UGlow on the website. UGlow Tan is the website at the moment. Your Innovation will be the new manufacturing.
When will that go live, do you think?
That will probably be end of October. That will be live, but we'll be actually in the building. But my number's on my LinkedIn. You can email me and message me through there. You can email me through the website. Just my number's everywhere. It's all over social media because I'm the number.
You are the number one.
I'm the number one.
You are the face of the brand.
No, and that wasn't the plan.
Well, it is now. There's no getting away from it now. Thank you so much, Louise. It's been great. I suspect we may be back sometime next year to see how your manufacturing is going.
Oh, yes. It'd be lovely to have you there. Yeah.
Thank you. It's amazing.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for listening or watching the Responsible Marketing Podcast. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please hit the subscribe button wherever you get your podcast from. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe there too. I also love to get reviews as they make a huge difference to others discovering the show. So please leave a review, any comments or questions on whichever platform you prefer. And of course, feel free to share out your socials with your friends and your colleagues. If you want to contact me direct, you can email joe@jolongconsulting.com or find me on LinkedIn under my own name, Jo Long. Until next time, thanks for listening and for watching.